the kitchen. What do we have?
So much to talk about, and we're in the kitchen with Chef Scott Simpson from the Swan Terrace at Founders Inn and Spa in Virginia Beach. And you know, he says this is simple, but I'm saying this looks fancy. What have we got going on? I know you guys are hosting the March of Dimes Signature Chef's Auction in October, and this is a little preview.
Right. We're actually here just doing some dishes that we do at the restaurant. We just won a number of awards, and so we have a special summer celebration menu. We are involved with the March of Dimes event, as we have been for many years now, and I just wanted to make a couple items that we feature at the restaurant. We can't really let on to what we'll be doing that night because it's a pretty fun competition. But today we're going to be making a summer peach and local goat cheese crumble.
Okay.
I'm going to also teach you how to make a nice brine for duck, but you can also do it for pork. And then we're going to make a fresh cherry and maple syrup glaze to go on top of that.
Oh, wow. Is that it?
That's all.
All right, well, we've got to get those great summer dishes in there because the days of summer are numbered.
Right.
And we're going to get started at that in just a moment. We're back now in the kitchen with Chef Scott Simpson from Swan Terrace at Founders Inn and Spa. They're hosting the March of Dimes Signature Chef's Auction in October, and he's here with a sneak preview, and we're making a couple of delicious dishes. Right now, you can see we've got some peaches over here, we've got some sweet stuff, so we're going to start with our crumble, correct?
Right. So during this time of year, I think it's nice. You don't want to necessarily heat up the house too much, but there's so much abundant fresh fruit locally. We've had great blackberries around my house, and peaches are on a neighbor's tree. So we do seasonal desserts there at the restaurant. So right now, since we're doing this summer celebration menu, we're actually getting ready to feature a dish of fresh peaches with a little bit of the local goat cheese.
Ooh.
It goes great together, the sweetness of the peaches with a little tangy goat cheese, and gives it that richness. So if you can help me actually make this whole
I got
part.
the gloves on.
What you can do first of all is just put this sugar in there.
All right.
And,
Just going to dump all of it in?
Yes, I would. There you go.
right.
We have the recipe, and then you're going to put in the little bit of lemon juice that's there.
A little bit.
All right, wonderful. And then this is cinnamon. You can put that in.
Give everything laid out so
Right,
nicely.
I did. And then just put 1 spoon of the honey. This is
One
great
spoon of
local honey
honey.
from Bee's Knees Farms.
Is that enough?
That should be good.
Okay.
And
Sweeten it up.
right, and we're just warming this right now. And then you're going to put in all those peaches.
Look at that.
That's about 4 peaches.
Okay.
Okay. Then the last thing I put in there, well, second to last, is a little bit of this nutmeg. You just take it on the microplane and kind of zest it over the top.
The microplane. See, look. Let me show you my microplane skills.
Oh, you're
Not
doing
really.
good. No, it's doing
My
perfect.
first time. So how much of the nutmeg do you want
That's
to zest
good.
it with?
It's so fresh that it
Oh, I
doesn't
know.
take very
Look
much.
at
You can
that
smell the
smell.
aroma. Okay, so we let that just heat up, and I can tell you a little bit about the other items we're going to do while that cooks. And the last thing I do is put in there is a little bit of the cornstarch.
And why do you do the cornstarch?
I put the cornstarch in just to help thicken it. Otherwise, you have to reduce it down quite a bit. And I like to have the peaches a nice sauce.
Right, you don't
fresh
want
from
it
the
going
peach.
too long.
Right, so I'll put that in there, and we'll just give it a little stir as this goes.
All right, so the next step, once we get this where you want is we're going to put it in these cute little containers, right?
Right, we'll bake it in. And you can do, I brought some nice little cast iron skillets, which will be great for this, but also you can do it in mason jars. You get a nice mason jar,
Oh,
you
I've
cook it at
seen
a low
those. Those
heat.
are cute, too.
And then you can do a nice layer with your crumbles, which looks really pretty
And
as
this
well.
is what type of crumble are we doing?
Well, I just I make a very simple topping, which, you know, as you said, it looks kind of complex, but it's actually not. What we do is take a little bit of sugar, butter, flour, and then just kind of cut that up together and crumble it, and it goes great.
Works
and
really well.
Yeah, and I put in, I was going to sprinkle the top with a little bit of almonds too. But crumbles are nice because you can get very creative very easily with this. So that's the nice thing. You can change your whatever toppings you like. I mean, I've done it with cereals that I like before.
really?
Yeah, you can do like granola mixes, all kinds of things you can put on top. If you're gluten-free, you can make this with different toppings as well.
Okay, well that looks like it's coming together nicely.
Right, so that'll go in there in just 1 minute. So this is very simple. And then the crumble, you can see right here, what we do that's a little different is we get a great goat cheese from Shady Goat Farm, and I just mix it in with the crumble topping. And as I said, that gives it a nice extra crunch to it.
What about the flavoring? I guess you get some of that goat cheese flavoring in there
Yeah,
as
do you
well.
like goat cheese?
Yeah, I mean it's a little sharp, so I don't like too much.
That's why we just put a
But
little
just a
bit
little
in there.
bit, little
But
bit.
it's peaches are surprisingly delicious with cheese. I know that a lot of people, you've used them before. I made a salad before with blue cheese, but this is nice for the dessert.
Okay.
So this is almost ready. I'll let it go just a
And
second.
how do you know when it's when you're
Well, you'll see
done?
the sauce just thicken up a little
Once
bit
it
more.
gets a little bit thicker. Okay.
Yeah, you see how it's all at the bottom there? You can see
Right.
that thickness.
Yes.
It just would coat the back of a spoon nice.
very yummy.
So let's go ahead and have
Tasty.
you start put these in here.
All right. We just want to how much do you want to fill them up?
I would say just divide it into the containers.
Evenly?
Yeah. Yes, and then pour the juice over the top.
Okay.
Very good. So this, as I said, is we won several different awards in the Coastal Virginia Reader's Choice magazine.
Oh yes, and I was there. That was a great night.
Right, that was great. You and Chris were there that night.
Yeah, we gave you the
People's
that night.
Choice
People's
Award.
Choice. That's right.
Mhm. And so that was for our brisket, but the menu we're doing for celebration has duck, and the duck we're doing today is actually on the menu as well as the dessert. So it's very nice to kind of use those local products and make a delicious meal for people to try that's representative of the Virginia grill that we do there.
Right. And duck is one of those dishes that sometimes people think, oh, it's too difficult to do. But is it?
No, that's why I'm showing you today. It's pretty foolproof this way. It's very easy, and it's a wonderful flavor with the Virginia sweet tea. You're doing great.
Okay, am I doing good?
Yeah, and
I
then
feel
you
like
just pour a little bit of the sauce on top when you're all done.
under the
but-
gun. Okay. So we'll finish getting these peaches in place, and then we'll get started on the duck when we come back.
Right.
All
Thank
right.
you, Aubrey.
Thank you.
Man, I'm jealous. You got to play with the microplaner.
Oh, Chris.
Nutmeg in the microplaner. Nobody does it better than Scott Simpson. Not just Scott Simpson, but whenever Scott comes to town, he brings us treats. He
I
cooks
know.
for us, and
He's
he
got
also
these, like,
brings us pastries.
And these ones are filled with
Chocolate
chocolate. They're
pastries.
speaking to me.
What a great way. Here, Walter, speaking, have one. What a great way to start the weekend. That's right. Exactly. That's bomb.
We're back now in the kitchen with Chef Scott Simpson from Swan Terrace at Founders Inn and Spa. They're hosting the March of Dimes Signature Chefs Auction in October. And you're here with a sneak preview. Now, last time we were working on our summer peach and local goat cheese crumble. And this time around, we're working on the duck, maple cherry duck breast.
Right. So I started a few things during the break. I will show you that it just takes a few minutes for, look how nice these crumbles came out. The ones
I did that.
The very ones you made.
Well, you did
Don't
the
those
crumble
look
on
beautiful?
top. Yeah, they do look great.
All right. So I'll hold those in there for a second. And then what I wanted to just tell people about is I'm going to make a quick brine.
Okay.
Do you know what a brine is?
It's kind of like, almost like a marinade.
It's a marinade, but what happens is the salt and the sugar work together to sort of permeate the protein, make it much more tender and juicy throughout the cooking process.
Sounds good.
So if you'll take the brown sugar that's there, and
What else?
then-
Do we need anything else?
yeah, the salt, the garlic, that straight down that road.
Just all of it.
Brown sugar,
How much of
half,
the salt?
half of that salt. Just leave a little bit in the glass. Okay,
Okay,
the
salty.
cloves of garlic. Yeah, it
Garlic.
is very salt and sugary, but it actually
When you put it all together.
right. And then the pickling spice, all of that,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're going to put in the lemon slices,
Just all of it like this.
right?
Ooh, I love lemon.
Okay, and then you can put in those tea bags.
Just drop them all in, huh?
That's right.
And so what kind of tea bags are we putting in there? Looks like we've got,
I use a little Darjeeling, a little English
English breakfast, okay.
It depends on what your, you can
What
use
kind of
Earl
flavors you're
Grey if
trying
you
to-
like that orange flavor to it.
All right.
But that just comes to a boil, and once that's boiled and the sugar's dissolved, I basically take ice cubes, put it in there, chill it down, and then you can actually put your protein right in there.
Mm-hmm.
This same recipe that we're doing works for pork. So we're having like a big pork out event at the hotel.
pork out event.
Yeah, that's coming up August 30th. It's great. We have live music, but we're taking the pork. We're making pulled pork tacos and
Ooh,
all
nice.
these things. But one of the pork dishes we're doing there is
Doing
the brine.
this with this brine. Okay.
Yeah, so that'll go there. That'll simmer. And the other thing, I was just going to show you this. These are fresh cherries,
Right.
and all we did is, have you ever used a little cherry pitter
No,
before?
I'm not, but I like this little
Okay,
tool.
so put the.
Look how easy that is.
You're going to take the. Yeah.
Oh, I think I did it wrong.
No, that's good. Just squeeze it again. Make sure you
Squeeze
get
it.
the.
We gotta get
Yeah,
the-
and
let me-
put the tilt it up so that the pit falls down the other way.
The other way.
There you go.
Yeah,
Just
I
like
haven't
that.
used this before.
And then
Oh,
pull
man.
off
Okay.
the stem and you drop it right in there.
The stem and drop it right
Okay,
in.
so all I did was take cherries like that, and I'm take a little bit of Virginia maple syrup,
Okay.
and then pour it in there with. You're going to take your microplaner and again, do a little lemon zest on there.
Okay, so why don't you get started on that?
Okay.
We're going to bring on in Rachel Boyd, and she's from the March of Dimes, Greater Hampton Road. She's community director. And tell us more about this Signature Chefs auction that's coming up. So Scott Simpson's one of the guys that's helping you out. So what's it all about?
Yes. It's an exciting event that we are really excited about this year. This is our 21st year that we'll be hosting the event at the Founders Inn and Spa. And Scott is one of our signature chefs, along with about 10 other chefs that we're going to be hosting this year as well. It's a huge event and it's a big fundraiser for us, and so we're really excited about it this year. We have a lot of exciting restaurants coming in, and so we're just looking forward to it.
So it's a great chance to, I guess, get a taste, get a full meal.
You can get taste. All of the chefs will be providing some savory, some dessert type or beverages for all the guests to try out.
Right, and this event's open to the public?
It is open to the public. We encourage teams, and groups of people to come out, but individual tickets can also be purchased as well.
All right, and this is all for the March of Dimes, and it's all about the food. So when you say signature chefs, what does it take to be a signature chef?
Scott is a signature chef. Just because they come with their talents and their gifts, for being signature chefs. And so we just want to highlight and enhance, what they're doing and then share that with the public as well.
Okay, sounds good. And I know we're going to bring on a few more of your signature chefs as we get closer to the event.
Absolutely.
And how are we doing over here, Scott?
Very close. The sauce is actually done already. It's kind of thickened nicely.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to put together a few little vegetables on the
We've
plate.
got to have the veggies on the side, and we've got a duck here.
Right, which I just...
a piece of duck that's already done.
It's a nice breast, and you can see this is the brine that actually, it looks over the sweet tea, which I think is a pretty creative way to use tea for another purpose.
So I'll let you finish getting that all together.
Exactly.
The March of Dimes Signature Chefs Auction is Sunday, October 12th at the Founders Inn in Spawn, Virginia Beach. Tickets and information, hrsigchef.com, or give them a call, 361-0000.